No, I was just thinking about lust, but of course I'm no stranger to lust. Anyway, I came up with this. Lust is bad for you because when you lust, you're practicing selfishness, and the selfishness will spread into all the areas of your life. Lust then is a buildup of selfishness, and I'm not saying thinking that a girl is pretty is lust and that's going to breed selfishness. No, because lust is something further. Lust is objectification of a person. When you look past the person and focus only on their body, all for your mental pleasure. It's ignoring the inward character of someone and only looking at the outward appearance and lingering on that, where mentally you're practically worshiping their body. And it's selfish because it's a selfish pleasure. That's lust. The more you practice the habit, the more you justify it, the more you feed into your selfish nature. Love, however, love is unselfish. It's the practice of selflessness because you care for the personhood of the other person. But lust, objectification of human bodies for your own pleasure, can bring such a darkness to you as a person when you practice it. And I say practice it deliberately so because lust will accidentally happen to anyone, of course, to everyone, as it is human nature to be attracted to the opposite sex. It's natural for lust to factor into relationship building, especially at the beginning, but there's a degree of lust that's not normal. To constantly be trapped in lustful thoughts, that's not normal. It leads to wasting your time masturbating, developing an unhealthy obsession with racy images, with porn, and your body will tell you when something is not normal. I've said it in videos in the past, lust will take its toll on you physically. That's how you'll know, your body will tell you. Because lust leads to releasing sexual fluids. And I'm talking here about men, of course. And when you are frequently and constantly releasing, climaxing, whatever you want to call it, then you're going to be low on important minerals. And your body is what's going to suffer from that. I was stuck in the habit for a long time, and for a long time, I didn't see anything wrong with it. But then I started noticing excessive hair loss, and hair loss is not something that's in my family's gene. Well, that's weird, I thought. So I dropped the habit, as difficult as it was to drop. And trust me, it was difficult. It still is a difficult thing to keep it that way. But thank God, my hair feels thicker now. So what happened? I'm no longer releasing vital fluids all the dang time. If it was genetic hair loss, I'm sure it wouldn't come back at all. But I'm lucky enough that the cause is a variable that I can control. Though not without difficulty. That's self-control for you. I know people will say things like, oh, porn and masturbation and lusting all the time, those things aren't addictive. You can't get addicted to that. To that I would argue, even though some things may not physically have any addictive compounds in them, I mean, racy photos aren't something you ingest, right? So how can it have an addictive compound in it? But it's the brain. Just through repeat synapse connections, the mind allows you to potentially become addicted to anything. Anything can be an addiction. Something you start doing, and then over time you lose the self-control to stop yourself. What else did I want to say? In the future, I'm going to share like little tricks that have helped me overcome lustful thinking. But you don't even have to know all these tricks that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, because all it really comes down to is putting your willpower to work. Resist. Endure. That's what it comes down to. If you don't put in some willpower, then when push comes to shove, when you're in the urges in the moment, you won't even think to use these tricks, or you'll think of them, but you won't even like want to do them. The only thing you can do is endure the flesh's temptation. Become something more than the brain alone. Be savage. Be stronger than the neurons that control you. You can do it. But it's an attitude that you have to take on all the time from now on. And if you feel your willpower for this runs short, then ask God to give you an overwhelming love for people. That'll keep you going strong, because love is the opposite of lust after all. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you soon.